Okay.
We are live.
Hello. Good afternoon, teachers. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good evening. Uh, good evening, Akhila, ma'am. Soumya, ma'am. Good evening. Gurpreet, ma'am. Good evening. Simran, ma'am. Good evening. Priyanka, ma'am. Good evening. Shruti, ma'am. Good evening. So, teachers, we are just waiting for a few minutes. Let everyone join, and then we'll start. I hope our audio is clear, teachers. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sweta, ma'am. Thank you. So just few minutes. We will be starting at exactly at 5 minutes past 4. So next 3 minutes, we're just waiting for the rest of the teachers to join. Good evening, ma'am. Evening, Nimrit, ma'am. Anusha, ma'am. Sana, ma'am. Thank you for joining. Nisha, ma'am. Thank you for joining. Just 2 more minutes, teachers. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening. Oh, is it? Let me change the volume. Is it fine now, teachers? Are you able to hear? Swani, ma'am. Good evening, Amrita, ma'am. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, teachers, we'll be starting. A very good evening from all of us at Oxford University Press. Uh, Welcome to the webinar. So, this learning design and curriculum session on embracing harmony will be much. We were much excited to present this session to all of you. My name is Sirish, and I am the host for today's webinar. So before we get started, a few housekeeping norms and rules, like in every webinar we have. I'm just telling you the rules and regulations. So all participant has been placed on mute except the presenters, of course. The cameras will remain closed. This actually helps us to reducing distractions. In case you have any questions, please write in the chat box. We will be addressing the questions in between the sessions and towards the end of the session as well. We are trying to maintain high level of network connectivity. So if we face any glitch, we'll keep you informed well before. If you face any disturbance in audio and video, please check the internet at your end. Many times logging out and logging in once again helps actually get back to the normal process. Uh, at the end of the webinar, you will receive a feedback form. So kindly fill that feedback form. Your feedback actually helps us to enhance the quality of our webinars and workshop in the future. Once the feedback is submitted, you will be receiving a certificate of participation uh, in your register email ID in the inbox. But for that, you must be present for at least 30 minutes of this session, continuity of 30 minutes, because the session is going to be for 60 minutes. I repeat, this is a important norm that you present in the session for 30 minutes to get the certificate of participation in your email ID. I hope I'm clear with that. So with this, today's webinar aims to give us an overview of Oxford Advantage Embracing Harmony. And to facilitate the session, we have with us Ms. Sareba Kauser, ma'am, who is the learning design and curriculum expert at Oxford University Press. So over to you, Sareba, ma'am. Please take over.
Hello everyone. I hope I'm audible. Sirish, am I audible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. A very good evening to everyone. It's a hot Thursday evening, and I hope all of you are doing well. It's an absolute privilege to take you through our Embracing Harmony curriculum. And thank you so much for taking time out to join us this evening for this webinar. Hello everybody. Everybody's typing so enthusiastically. It feels really nice to see this enthusiasm. I hope you maintain this throughout the webinar. I'll be asking some questions and expecting some responses. I won't be able to look at the chat throughout because I'll be sharing my screen, but Sirish will or Deepa will help me read out those responses. So looking forward to your active participation through chats, through the chat feature in today's webinar. Before I share my screen and get into it, I have one question for you. Um, I want to know which grades do you teach? If I can have those responses, have the responses on the chat, which classes, which grades do you teach? Okay, we have the responses coming in.
Yes.
Grade 3, LKG, level 1. Great. So all from pre-primary to, you know, preparatory level, I can see. Oh, senior grades as well. Great. So I think we have teachers from all across all grades here.
Yeah,
Thank you
mostly
so much.
the pre-primary.
Yes, thank you so much for those responses. I can still see a lot of comments coming in. Thank you so much. And welcome once again to today's webinar. I'll be sharing my screen now. Sirish, would you confirm if the screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am.
Great. Just give me a couple of minutes and we'll get started. Right. I hope all of you can see my screen now. So, as you already know, Today's session is on embracing harmony. Now, I want to put a very easy question to you all. And Sirish, if you could help me with the responses.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your understanding? What do you understand by harmony? What is harmony? And what is your interpretation of harmony? What does it imply? What does it mean? I'm waiting for the responses in the chat box.
So Puspa ma'am says peace with everyone. Akila ma'am says peace. Sharon ma'am says tolerance. Suchika ma'am says living in peacefully, absolute peace. Leena ma'am says being in harmony, being in community.
Great.
Vaishali ma'am says living with peace.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All correct responses. So I heard the word peace the most, I think, here. So yes, it is peaceful. It's peaceful existence, right? And not just with oneself, but peaceful existence with oneself, with others, and with the environment and nature in general. And the course is all about this. So, welcome to today's webinar on our digital curriculum called Embracing Harmony. So, this is a curriculum on wellness, whether it is social, emotional, physical, ecological, you know. So, this product, we have taken out this product with an external agency called Rangeet, who are an expert in this particular area, in this particular area in the industry. So, Rangeet is a social enterprise. What they do is they work with different governments, they work with different communities, public and private schools to deliver curriculum to develop some essential skills. And then they have a digital platform on which a lot of resources are available, from pictures, images, videos, songs, stories. And we have collaborated with them to get access to those resources and created our own lesson plans based on them. So this curriculum is delivered through lesson plans along with the resources that we have, access with the help of Rangeet. So, this is the overall, idea of what the product is. And it is a digital only product in grades 1 to 5. So, this curriculum, this course is available from grades 1 to 5 on our learning management system. After the end of the slideshow, I will also take you to the LMS and show you where you can access them and what are the different components that we have on the LMS. Right. So let's get into it then. So this is what we will, discuss today. The agenda. So I've already given a brief overview of Rangeet. What exactly have we taken from Rangeet? I'll get into that. Then, what are SDGs? A very important part of the pedagogy is that it is tagged with the SDGs. Then, what does the NCF says about socio-emotional development? Why is it important? Then we will get into properly into the curriculum. What is the structure of the curriculum? What do the lesson plans that we have specifically curated for this curriculum? What is the pedagogy followed there? What is the structure? We will briefly go through that. I will show you some sample lesson plans on the slideshow and also on the LMS, and then I'll give you some examples of the very fun and engaging resources that we have given in this curriculum. Starting with Rangeet. So, I've given you a brief introduction of Rangeet. They are a social enterprise. So, their platform offers, a range of, resources to deliver the curriculum. The entire curriculum is based on the Seek pedagogy. So, it is their proprietary pedagogy. This is something they hold copyright to. What is the Seek curriculum, social, emotional, and ecological knowledge. As it is self explanatory, it is not just on social well being, but emotional well being, and as well as the individual's relationship to the environment. It is not just looking after the self or looking after those around you. It is looking after and living in harmony with the environment as well. So the entire curriculum is based on this approach, right? So it really encourages the joy of learning, because these lesson plans, along with the learning resources, make the topics more fun to learn. How is it fun? I'll throw a few examples going on. So the main part of the C curriculum and their product, it comes in three. The teaching happens in three umbrellas, as you can see. The first is self. So learning about the self, taking care of yourself, your relationship with yourself, your own well-being. So it covers self, and then after self comes society, or your relationship with the people around you, whether it is friends, your family. And then ecology. Ecology is basically living in harmony with the environment. How, as young learners, do we make them conscious of the environment? Live a sustainable life, taking care of the environment. So this the pedagogy, the curriculum is delivered in these three umbrellas. For younger grades, the focus is more on self, and then as we move on to the higher grades, we move from society to the environment. Like it is, like learning, usually is, first the child learns about themselves. From self, you move to others, the society, and then from society, you move to the environment at large. So this progression also follows in our curriculum: self, caring about yourself, the society, and then the environment. So this is about Rangeet and their proprietary curriculum and pedagogy that we have followed, and the three umbrellas under which you'll find different types of content. I'm sure all of you are already familiar with the SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals. So these are certain goals or action plans that the United Nations had adopted, and it is a call for everyone, all human beings, to follow certain principles to lead a sustainable life. What kind of sustainable life? Both social, economic, and environmental sustainability. Now there are 17 SDGs as listed by the UN, but we will tag it according to, we have not all 17 are covered here, but different SDGs are covered in the lesson plans. How they are covered, I'll show you, and they are done in a very, very grade appropriate manner. So this directives is for everyone, of course, but it really helps if children learn it from a very young age. That is how they grow into better individuals and contribute to society at large when they grow up. So these are some lessons that have to be inculcated in the young minds from a young age itself. So which is why this curriculum is completely aligned with these one or the other of these SDGs. Moving on. Right. So the diagram that you see here, I'm sure all of you know this. You have seen this before. You know what this is. This is what the NCF calls the Panchkosh Vikas, or fivefold development. It says that to grow as an individual, you don't need you can't just develop certain levels, like only cognitive or only physical or only language. There are different levels of their development needs to happen in different levels, right, beginning from the inner self to the outer physical layer. There are different levels of development, and to cater to this to the social emotional development bit, we have this curriculum. It is completely in alignment with what the NCF and NEP suggests, that apart from your physical, cognitive and language development, children need to develop socially and emotionally. So this is to show you the direct alignment with the directives given in the NEP and the NCF. And if you see here, all these levels of development, like physical, linguistic development, cognitive, they're all interlinked. They're all related to each other, right? For example, socio-emotional development, it impacts other developments also. It impacts one's cognitive development. It impacts one's language development. How, for example, how children feel about themselves, right? There needs to be a level of awareness on the social emotional level for them to develop physically, or for them to develop language. So these are all interlinked. And bringing back going coming back to the point of why we have this, so this curriculum is completely aligned with NCF and NEP's requirement of developing not just the physical, self, intellectual, but all levels of development. Moving on. Now we will properly get into the curriculum structure of Embracing Harmony. As I had already told you, we offer this curriculum from grades 1 to grades 5, right? So this shows you, what is the structure of the lesson plans. So a lot of grades 1 and 2, 1 to 5 teachers are here. I'm sure you are already familiar with the themes that we have in our course books. In grades 1 and 2, we have 8 themes. In grades 3 to 5, we have 6 themes. So our lesson plans for Embracing Harmony are directly aligned with these themes. And each theme each theme is mapped to one SDG. So, for example, if there are 8 themes in grades 1 and 2, each of the theme is mapped to one SDG. So, there are 8 SDGs covered. Similarly, 6 SDGs for 6 themes in grades 3 to 5. And how we have broken up, or created the lesson plan, is that one theme has 4 teaching periods with curated lesson plans. Now, this is where you guys come in. What you see towards the end of the slide is basically structure or breakup of how you can deliver the curriculum. It's basically an annual plan. So the plan that we have suggested is that one lesson plan should be covered in 1 week. This is keeping in mind that you have to deliver the rest of the curriculum as well. So we have created the lesson plans in a way that you should be covering one lesson plan per week. And according to that calculation, you have a total of 32 days to cover this curriculum in grades 1 and 2. And you have 24 days for grades 3 to 5. Right. So all my teachers who are already using the our OA lesson plans, can you type me in the lesson plan, in the chat box, if you have seen or used the Oxford Advantage lesson plans? Sirish, if you can read the responses when they start coming in, I
Yes,
want you to write me. If you are familiar with it could be any grade. It could be pre-primary. It could be 1 or 2, 1 and 2. It could be 3 to 5. Write me if you have seen, and or if you follow the lesson plans that we give.
we are receiving quite a few responses.
Right. I hope they're all me. And
Yes, yes. Bhavya ma'am, Madhumati ma'am, Deepa ma'am.
Great.
Suhani ma'am, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you. What an active audience. Thank you so much. So the ones who are already familiar, you know that all our learning outcomes that we give, all our lesson plans are directly mapped to the curricular goals and the competencies that we have that are there in the NCF. So embracing harmony is no exception. To align it completely with the NCF recommendation, all our lesson plans are tagged to the curricular goals and competencies as presented in the NCF. And of course, we all say in all our presentations, and our books are also that we try to give a very experiential, curriculum. And so the embracing harmony again is no exception. It is a very experiential curriculum. You'll see when I see show some of the resources that we have, or even in the lesson plans, all the lots of activities are planned. These are very activity based experiential lesson plans that develop the learners as human beings, not just in the school, but as outside as well in life. So this is how we have planned the curriculum structure of embracing harmony. So 32 days for grades 1 and 2, and 24 days for grades 3 to 5. Thank you so much for your responses. Diving even deeper into the pedagogy and structure. So, what you see is the structure of the lesson plans. I'll focus on point number one here. If you see, we have presented the lesson plans in a fourfold learning process. So, like I've told you, here also we mentioned that each theme has 4 teaching periods. So here, what exactly is happening in each of those days, we have broken it down. So in the 4 days, for example, day one will always be let's learn, day two will be let's practice, day three will be let's apply, and day four will be let's sustain. All of you are familiar with the the pedagogy structure, learning structure that NCF also recommends, and all our OA books from pre-primary to grade 5, we follow this process. Basically, first we give them first we deliver the concept, right? We give them the information. So in let's learn, what is happening is we are giving them the information, the main concept. We are discussing the main concept in let's learn. And then in let's practice on day 2, we give them the opportunity to practice all what they have learned. So they are solving problems together. A lot of critical thinking skills are being developed. So they are practicing what they have learned. And then after they have learned and practiced, how do they apply that concept or idea into real life? Day 3 is dedicated to the let's apply section, where they will apply that concept in real life. Then day 4 is let's sustain. How do they then take this forward and continue doing that action, right? So these are suggested sustainable actions through which they develop that value, or continue to apply that value, not in their day to day life, right? So this is the fourfold learning process. We follow the same learning process in our print books also. So which is why even in our digital curriculum, we are following the same tried and tested fourfold teaching learning process. So they will learn, practice, apply, and then sustain and learn it for life. Then, for those teachers, who had written me in the chat box, you must already be familiar with the three sections we have in our lesson plans, right? Warm up, procedure, and wrap up. We follow this in our grades 1 to 5 books, even 6 to 8. So here as well, in embracing harmony as well, we have the lesson plans are divided into three sections: warm up, procedure, and wrap up. Warm up will have any kind of small activity. It could be a question, it could be a small activity that to be done in the classroom at the beginning of the class to introduce the concept to them. Then procedure is where the main teaching and learning happens. So here, along with the lesson plans, we have mentioned the use of the assets that we have procured from Rangeet. So how these digital resources are being used. So in procedure, the teaching and learning is happening through the lesson plan and the suggested resources that we have given. And wrap up, as the name itself suggests, you summarize the lesson for the day. Towards the end of the slide, if you see, it's an example, a small example of how the flow of the lesson plan in our curriculum. So for example, in theme 1, the SDG is 3, which is good health and well-being, and the overall topic is here, say, emotions or feelings. So in Let's Learn, they are mainly talking about what are the feelings. They identify the feelings. In Let's Practice, they maybe in situations, what kind of situations would you feel that, and then apply. In Let's Apply, they will learn how to manage the feelings. And in Sustain, seeking support from others if they are unable to or need help managing their feelings. So this is just one example. Do look at the lesson plans on the LMS, and this is how the lesson plans flow. Right. So this is an example of the lesson plans. All the OA teachers who are familiar with the OA books would know this. This would be a very familiar, page. These will be familiar pages. It's the same structure. So it starts with this is an example of one lesson plan. It starts with the metadata table. Your chapter name will be given, and then the concept. Under concept, you'll be able to see which SDG the plan caters to, right? So here you'll be able to very you'll be able to see the exact SDG that the entire plan is on. Then of course the learning outcomes, and here, as I said, these are the competencies and curricular goals taken directly from the NCF. Then the teaching and learning plan starts with the warm up, a small activity like a song or a rhyme to get them started. And then in procedure, the main part of this is usually the longest part of the lesson plan, where the main content or curriculum is being delivered. And of course, responses also taken from the students. And then you have a wrap up. Wrap up is any kind of activity that you do to basically conclude the lesson. So this is the structure of the lesson plan. I will also show how this flows on the LMS as well. This is just these are just some screenshots. Coming back to all the interesting resources that we have now, as teachers, you know best, how there are people that the learners are smart in different ways. No one child is smart in the same way. Not everyone is book smart, not everyone is skilled in one particular skill. So there are different types of learners. Somebody is good with music, somebody learns better with pictures, somebody is good with with people. So it all the resources that we have caters to all these kinds of learners. So the resources that we have songs, we have a lot of physical activities suggested in the lesson plans. We have a lot of stories. We have comic strips. there are audios, there are videos, there are animations. So there is a variety of resources that cater to different types of learners. And these are just some examples, and you have all kinds of texts. So from say like songs and poems and fiction stories to actually lessons on like here you can see, how is garbage how garbage should be disposed of, all these kind of life skills, things that that you should need to know to create more awareness about your surroundings, about your environment. Now, um, we have this one. I would like to, recall one particular poem here. So there's this one poem which is about. It's a song basically. It's set into music and everything. All the lot of like music based. Resources as well that the children will find absolutely, entertaining and engaging. So this particular poem is on the food web. How the food web works, and how any disturbance to any one of those elements kind of disrupts the entire food web. So next what I have is something very very special, and I'm very excited to show you. But before I show it to you, I want to give you some context. So when we were launching the Embracing Harmony curriculum, we were trying to figure out, how to show it in an engaging manner, that a lot of relevant things are being taught, but in a fun, engaging manner. So we took this poem and we kind of performed it, so this is a very rare glimpse of some of the members of our OA team. I'm very excited to show this to you. So all the people you will see in this video who are doing this performance are some of the members of the Oxford Advantage curriculum team. So yes, a very rare glimpse of all of us, and it is us implementing our own curriculum. So this is a very very special video that I absolutely love to share with all of you. I'm going to play it now. I hope all of you can hear and see it. The prettiest tree, the prettiest tree. Had you ever seen? Had you ever seen? The tree on the ground and the green grass all around, and the green grass all around. And on that tree, there was a leaf, the prettiest leaf that you ever did see, that you ever did see. The leaf on the tree, in the ground, and the green grass all around, and the green grass all around. And on that leaf, there was a bug, the prettiest bug, that you ever did see, The bug in the leaf, and the leaf on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the green grass all around, and the green grass all around. There came a spider, ate the bug, the prettiest spider, that you ever did see, The spider ate the bug, and the bug ate the leaf, and the leaf on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the green grass all around, and the green grass all around. There was a bird, who ate the spider, the prettiest bird, that you ever did see, The bird ate the spider, and the spider ate the bug, and the bug ate the leaf, and the leaf on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the green grass all around, and the green grass all around. There was a snake, who ate that bird, the prettiest snake, that you ever did see, The snake ate the bird, and the bird ate the spider, and the spider ate the bug, and the bug ate the leaf, and the leaf on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the green grass all around, and the green grass all around. There was a man, who sprayed that tree, with DDT, Oh goodness me, oh goodness me. The spray flew the bubbles, so the spider had no food, so the bird had no food, so the snake had no food, and the food chain broke all around, and the food chain broke all around. On the very same tree, there was a leaf, the prettiest leaf, that you ever did see, The leaf on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the green, green grass all around, and the green, green grass all around. Under that tree, there was a deer, the prettiest deer that you ever did see, The deer ate the leaf, and the leaf on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the green, green grass all around, and the green, green grass all around. And in that forest, there lived a tiger, the prettiest tiger, that you ever did see, The tiger ate the deer, and the deer ate the leaf, and the leaf on the tree, and the tree in the ground, and the green, green grass all around, and the green, green grass all around. There came some men, to chop the tree, with big machine, Oh goodness me, The trees fell down, so the deer had no food, and the tiger had no food, and the bug had no food, and the spider had no food, and the bird had no food, and the snake had no food, and the food web fell to the ground, And the food web fell to the ground. Wow. So this just brought back a lot of fun memories. Before I tell you more about this, I want everyone to give a quick reaction. How did you feel after looking at this video? Just one word on the chat. What did you feel, while watching or after watching this video? Just looking forward to some responses.
So there are some great responses, ma'am. Like ma'am is saying that she is going to hum the tune for the rest of the evening. Sonali ma'am is saying wow. Vishali ma'am is saying amazing. Yogita ma'am is saying it's very creative. Thank you so much, ma'am. Uh, Nikita ma'am is saying amazing, energetic. Yes, we are. Uh, Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much for your responses. So, like I said, this brought back a lot of fun memories. Let me tell you, we had a lot of fun both preparing for it and performing it. So, can you imagine how much fun children will have, doing this? So, like we have basically, instead of just, telling them what we have, this is what we have, this is what we have, we showed them. This is part of the experiential learning that this curriculum develops. So what we did was we took that song and we made it into a performance. We made cutouts for each of these characters. So you can in the same way do this in your classrooms as well. So as I said, a very serious message is being delivered in a fun and engaging way. You can see the message was obviously, as you might have observed, in the food web, if one of the elements is disturbed, say the tree is cut down, the entire food web falls apart, right? It's a very important lesson, but delivered in a fun and engaging, entertaining way. So in the same way, you can have, and this is just one example. There are a lot of other stories and songs in the curriculum. You can make your students, you can help them organize a performance. You can give them cutouts, or they can even dress up as these characters and perform this. It'll be both fun and, of course, educational. So this I really wanted to we really wanted to show this video, how, because this is actually praxis into practice. We can see the curriculum being practiced. So in the same way, we encourage you to also do all these wonderful fun activities that we have suggested, and deliver this curriculum. The prettiest tree, again. So, this brings an end to my presentation on the PPT, but it is not the end of the presentation yet. I will take some 5-10 minutes of your time to actually show you where this curriculum is available, and maybe we can go through one lesson plan, and I'll show you where you can access all these digital resources. So I'm going to, open the Oxford Advantage Learning Management system now. Right. So here I am. So once you log in, because I keep visiting the page, the login page doesn't appear all the time. Once you log into the Oxford Advantage platform, this is the landing page. Here you can see all the books. So I will go to grade one, right? And you can select your grade from here, and the grades you teach will be visible to you. So in the same place, see, you can see all the different subjects here, right? English, mathematics. So you can use these arrow buttons to navigate to the different subjects. So here, world around us Hindi, and this is where you find embracing harmony. So here, when you click on this arrow button, it will take you inside the curriculum. I would like to repeat, this is from 1 to 5. This is a digital curriculum. For my pre primary teachers, these are part of the print books themselves. We have given one page each in each of the theme books. So, but similar idea given there as well. Here, in from 1 to 5, we have, lesson plans and learning resources for you. Just give me some time. It's taking a little bit of time to load. So this is where you can access the lesson plans. So as you can see here, this is how you access your other lesson plans also, right? Be it like for the other subjects. So here on the left, you can see the TOC. In the TOC, you will see all 8 themes. You can access the lesson plans theme wise also, or when you enter the curriculum, all the lesson plans will be visible here, and you can navigate here. So here you can see all the lesson plans have been listed down, all 32 plans. And this symbol that you see, this rectangle, this suggests that there is a learning resource tagged to this lesson plan. Let's open one and see. So you click on the play button here, and the play version of the lesson plan appears. So here also in the lesson plan, it will have the same like I showed you earlier. It will have the same structure of warm up, procedure and wrap up. And I'll take you through one of the lesson plans. It's loading in a couple of minutes. Please bear with me. So if you've used, if you've seen the lesson plans of the other subjects on the LMS, it's the exact same way. There we are. Sorry about the delay. So here, this is how the lesson plans will appear for you. This I button you see here, this will give you the all the information that you will that is there basically in the metadata table. So you can see the theme here, and in under concepts you can see which SDG is being covered. So here the SDG 5, which is gender equality, is being covered here. Then as you scroll up and down, you see more details of the lesson plans. So here are the learning outcomes, here are the competencies, and of course the curricular goal tagged to it. So you need to click outside. So here is the warm up section. So in the warm up section, as I said, this is on gender equality, a small, activity that ask the boys and girls to sit separately, creating two groups, that each of them will only get half time for their lunch, while the other will get whole lunch time. So a small activity to kind of gently introduce the topic of gender equality, and then you take responses from the children. How did they feel about it, that half the people got half the classroom got only half the lunchtime, and the other half got the other. Is it fair? How do they feel? So taking responses, a small warm up to gently introduce the topic in a very grade appropriate manner. Procedure is where the main learning starts. So this is the part where you take most the most time and explain the concept in a very grade appropriate manner. Discuss that, what was that decision fair. And in the same way, after taking that as the entry point, taking the warm up as the entry point, you get into the core concept, which is, introduce the word gender. you know um, Historically, or usually what you see around that, boys and girls are treated differently. Is it fair? Is it not? What should be done? Right? And the and here you can see the resource that is there, that should be used in the classroom. And the resource can be directly accessed from the launch button here. Let's see what we have in the resources for gender equality. It's a comic strip. It's a grade appropriate comic strip. You can read it, or even I can read it out for you. Let's see how this story kind of helps them learn about gender equality. So we have two characters here, Mira and Amir. So Mira goes, "Hello, Amir. May I be a part of your football match this evening?" Then Amir goes, "Sorry, Mira, girls can't play football. Sports is for boys. Girls don't play sport." Then Mira goes and says that, I have been playing football with my parents since I was very little. Let me play and I'll show you. And then Amir goes, "Okay, just this one time though." Then the match begins. On the football field, Mira scores a goal, winning the match for her team, on which she's the only girl, and everybody cheers. And then, everybody appreciates her. Amir goes on to say that, "Wow, you were really good. I'm so sorry I said girls can't play football. Next time, I'll think before discriminating against anyone." And then Mira says, "That's all right. Thank you so much." A small, story, but very, very impactful. And it's taught in a very grade appropriate manner. Since it's grade one, it's from the child's perspective, and also based on a real life situation. They may actually encounter situations like this where they're playing, and and somebody is not allowed to play because there's a boy, or she's a girl. So this is handled very gently, very carefully, and a very important lesson is delivered through a fun and engaging comic strip. You can enact these also in the classroom, make it a play based, use the play based approach. It's art integration as well. If you make them do a play, let's say, or a role play, that's art integration also in your lesson plan. So you can do many things. You can teach a very, very important concept in through different ways, and in a very engaging way, rather than just telling them this is this is that, defining this, defining that. So this concept is explained through a story. So when you click on this, you can close the lesson plan. I'll go back to it once again, actually, to show you the wrap up section as well. So we went through warm up and then procedure. I mean, wrap up would be basically that another section called wrap up. And wrap up would have like a small activity, or a small, or a question rather, for them to conclude the lesson. Please bear with me, it's taking a bit of time, but yeah, basically it's the same. Where you saw warm up and procedure, the third tab is basically your wrap up. Like I said, so there are a few more details here: the complete duration and number of assets. Because there's one asset tagged here, so there's one. If there are multiple, you'll see the exact number. We go to procedure again, where you can directly launch the learning resource, and then wrap up, right? Wrap up also here, like I said, it's either an activity or a discussion. You pose some questions to them, and then you summarize the day's lesson. So this is what your lesson plans look like. So all the lesson plans can be accessed here. And then we have your learning resources. So yeah, under Embracing Harmony, we are offering two elements. One is the lesson plans, which can be accessed from this tab, and then the learning resources. So you can access the learning resources from the lesson plans itself because they are tagged. But if you want to just look at the learning resources, you can just go to the learning resources tab here, and you can see all the learning resources that are there as part of the curriculum here. And just give us a couple of minutes and we'll come to the learning resources tab. So in the learning resources tab, like I covered earlier, there are different types of resources. There are stories in different forms. There are full page illustrations. There are real life images. Then there are comic strips. Then there are songs. Then there are videos. So all kinds of resources for different types of learning and learners are available in the learning resources tab. I'm so sorry it's taking a bit of time, but you can access all your learning resources here. For those who are using our LMS, would already be familiar with these design, where we access lesson plans here, learning resources here. So reiterating, for Embracing Harmony, we only have lesson plans and learning resources from grades to 5 as of now. It's taking a bit of time. I think the system is also giving hints that maybe you should let the teachers go. They can have a bit of tea for the evening. But I'll promise you, I will not take much time. I'll just show you the learning resources. We'll open a couple of them and we'll call it an evening. Are all of you familiar with Murphy's Law? What is Murphy's Law? That is what is happening right now. No matter how many times you practice and how many times you prepare, if something has to go wrong, it will. This is what Murphy's Law is happening right now. I will again try. Let me see. Till this opens, I want to kind of, because this is the last bit of the presentation, I just wanted to show you where you can access all the lesson plans and the learning resources. Believe me, you will find the learning resources in the learning resources tab. This must be some issue, some backend issue. So I would like to actually take this time to talk about the curriculum itself. This comes as part of the Oxford Advantage package. So we really encourage you to please use this in your class. Please implement this in your class, because um, you know uh, we talk about holistic development. Oh, there you go, it's here. But I'll still complete my thought. So we talk about holistic development, all-round development, and this particular curriculum, although we have all of that in our main books as well, we always keep that in mind. But this curriculum is especially for all-round development, to help them become better individuals in life, not just learning concepts from books and all, but just about themselves, about the people around them, about the environment. So it's a very relevant curriculum. It is as per the requirement of NCF and NEP. So I really urge you to please implement it in your classroom. It will be a lot of fun. I'm very sure. So here you will see the learning resources. So there are different types of learning resources here, right? So you will see, there's a story here. You can play these learning resources from here. There's a whole picture story here, so the lots of these picture based stories, grade appropriate. You can, read them in the class, make them read it, or even perform it in the class. So this, you can access all of them here. And then let's see if you can recognize this one. I hope it's audible.
There was a tree in the middle of the ground.
So
The
this is the
prettiest
same
tree,
song that we
drive it
that the
smack
OA team
dab.
had performed,
The
that chose
tree
to
in the
perform.
ground and the
So
green, green
this
rocks
is
all around,
available
all
on the
around, and the
platform,
green, green
and
rocks
this is
all
that tune
around.
that one of the teachers
And
said. I
on
think it's
that
very
tree,
infectious.
there was a leaf.
So there are a lot of engaging images, audios, lots of different resources that you will find here. And all the resources you'll find here. You can access them theme wise also. And you can, there's a complete list given here as well. I will now stop sharing and would like to address you while, I can see the chat itself. So, right. What I want to what I want to reiterate is this only. This is a very relevant curriculum that is, I would say important for all-round development of the young learners. Do implement it. But now I want to know. I think somebody's asked. Can you please give an example of? So embracing harmony, ma'am. I'm not sure if you've attended the session on grades one and on the pre-primary grades. So what we have done is we have included in our print book. If you go through our theme books, there is one page after the English section gets over. There is one page on embracing harmony. There you can easily see it in the print books itself. You can explore it. The It's named there on the left. You'll see the tagging called embracing harmony. The subject name is also mentioned, and all the content is also very much like what you have seen, but of course presented in a grade appropriate manner. Now I want to, before conclude and hand it over to Sirish, I want to know, and please give honest responses after looking at today's presentation, after listening to today's presentation. Will you go and implement this curriculum in your classroom or not? I'm obviously hoping for a positive response, but it would be nice to see a lot of yes in the, you know, responses. So, will you teach us? For sure. Yes, 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 definitely. Thank you. This is very encouraging for us also because we have put up this curriculum with a lot of care and a lot of thought. So it would be great to see it implemented in your classroom. So many positive responses. I hope each one of you, go to the LMS, check this out yourself first, and then please implement it in your classroom. Thank you once again for being so patient, for listening to me patiently, and being such an active audience. So many responses, so many prompt responses without reminding again. Again. So thank you so much, and happy teaching. Have a great evening. Sirish, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sareba ma'am. It was indeed a very informative session, and I'm sure with the responses that we see in the chat, all the teachers have got so much to take home today from the session. So thank you so much for the session. It was really nice. So teachers, if you have any queries, if you can please write in the chat box. We will try to address those queries as well. Indrani ma'am, if you can please write the query in the chat box since you have raised the hand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, teachers, for the responses. Glad to know that you liked the session. Okay, ma'am. For the question bank, we have already covered few things in the pre-primary. We will be covering in the sessions. We will be having a webinar on the LMS. Do attend that webinar. We will
Yes.
be covering the question bank sessions on that, the options in that.
Yes, a request to all the teachers do attend the webinar, which is exclusively on the learning management system, where QB question bank will definitely be covered there.
Okay, so Sarima ma'am, one question that we are getting is how to assess. I mean, is there any assessment for embracing harmony?
No, because it's a wellness curriculum. How do you assess whether a child is like taking care of their well-being or others' well-being? So there is no assessment as such. It's for them to just learn, like for learning for life. So there is no assessment as such, but you could have a lot of. So if you go through the lesson plans, you may come across a activity or a series of questions which help you understand whether they have understood a concept or whether really following it or not. So they're all part of they may be part of the lesson plan, but there is no formal assessment here.
I hope we are able to address the question, ma'am.
Thank you. So many thank yous here, and it was absolutely our privilege to present today's webinar.
So Amrita ma'am is saying that she will be trying this um, from
Please,
now
please
on.
do.
So thank you so much, ma'am.
All right.
So teachers, if you have any other queries, please write in the chat box.
There will be no questions on
Yeah.
embracing harmony in the question bank. No. We only have lesson plans and learning resources.
Okay.
Sirish, there is a question about the couple of questions about how do they get a recording of the webinars if they have missed it, if they have missed any.
Um, we'll try to give you a response for this, ma'am. Actually, these are live webinars. We are not sharing the recording as of now, but then we'll try to address this with the local team. So our representative who are in touch with your school for all the services, will try to address whatever missing queries that you have from the webinars through them.
Sirishman, one second. Okay, so for the recording, we will be putting the recording on YouTube, and the
Okay.
link to access these recordings will be available inside the LMS under Teacher Corner. So we will share the path with the teachers. So for every webinar already done and following webinars, recordings will be available to all the teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti. So yes, teacher. So now you can go to the login LMS login, and then under the teachers corner we can have the webinars. But do check this out in case you have missed any of the previous webinars. For the future ones, do register and attend them. Uh, so Fariba ma'am, since we not
I
have any
think we
queries,
can call, yeah, we can wrap
yes,
up, I think. Yeah.
so, teachers, thank you so much for attending so enthusiastically with so much of energy. It was infectious, and the session was really informative. So, once again, thank you so much for attending this session, and thank you, Saiva ma'am, for making it so much informative. So, teachers, the last information that I would like to share is once we end the session, you'll be automatically getting a feedback form. Please do fill that feedback form. Once the session ends, it will be automatically popping up on your screen. Do fill it, and the participation certificate will be, going to the email ID as I have mentioned in the beginning itself.
All right. Thank you so much.